to get to know. I'm Serene.
And I'm Cami, and we're here with Miss Demuro, the Discovery Science teacher. So, how are you today, Miss Demuro?
I'm great. Thank you so much. And thank you for thinking of me and inviting me to this.
Yeah. So the first question we would like to ask is, would you rather be big or small?
I think that I would rather be small.
Small? Why?
Because I think that I would really enjoy to see the perspective of something not as big, to kind of turn like inward, but also like maybe look at a flower really close and be the same size of it, and kind of like, I guess it's like a childhood majestic driver in me that wants to be small so I can hang out with like the animals and like the nature, but also so like I could float in like, you know, a bathtub and it feel like super large instead of like my everyday where my knees pop out, you know?
Okay, so to start, Mr. Miro, you're the Discovery Science teacher. You created this course and you teach all of your students, including me and Cami, about mindfulness, gratitude, and things we need that we don't generally learn in school. So what inspired you to start this?
What inspired me to teach this class was, I believe, my love of learning and watching how some of the conversations that we should be having, or some of the skills we could give you to, you know, live better lives. And if I was 17, what do I wish I knew, you know? So all of those little tiny questions kind of came together with one and became one big driver for me. When I started discovering this for myself, how could I not share it with the people I care about the most?
I've talked to people that don't go to our school and have no idea what this class is. They ask me about my classes, and I'm like, oh, I have this class, Discovery Science. And they were like, oh, that sounds kind of, and I'm like, no, like it's seriously like the best class ever. And when I explain it, they're like, oh my God, I wish I had something like that I could take. So
yeah,
that's the reaction that I've gotten, which has given me more courage to keep teaching what I'm teaching, because again, it's not mainstream. It's not, you know, what everyone else is doing. It's not a subject you get taught. It's just a bunch of ideas that I put together, you know, based on what I've learned, whether it's been mindfulness or, like you said, gratitude and how that shifted my life, or yoga. And the way that I learned too was the hard way in my life a lot. Like I tried things and I'm like, oh, this doesn't work. This doesn't make me happy. This doesn't make me more joyful. What is the answer?
You made it Discovery Science. So what was the original name?
So the original name of the course was going to be called Research Science, which I know everyone would have been clamoring to take because everyone loves research. I'm just kidding. I'm taking a class in grad school right now called Research and the Mind, and I'm like, you know, but I knew I wanted to be research based, but can we make it more appealing to you guys? Like what would make, and to myself, I don't want to teach, just no offense, I don't want to teach just a research class, but what do we do with that data and that information that we collect? How can we apply this to our life? That's what gets me going, is the action. If I could give some advice, I guess, or for some insight to anybody else who hasn't taken Discovery Science, okay? Hopefully you'll take it in college. No, I'm just kidding, because it doesn't exist yet. But look for options in your life on how you can become more mindful, whether it's paying attention to yourself, or getting quiet, or trying meditation, or trying yoga. And these are just resources that I'm familiar with, guys. There is so many things out there and available for you. And if you're during this time struggling with things that are heavy, like anxiety or depressive thoughts, or just not feeling yourself, it's okay. But there's a plan. You have to do something to change that and shift that, right? So a lot of it's in our mind. A lot of it's how our mindset is. Or what are we focusing on? What are we doing on a daily? What are our daily habits or our routines? And are they really serving us? And kind of just starting to be familiar with having, you know, asking yourself questions, or asking your friends meaningful questions, and having meaningful conversations, which mean instead of talking about each other, not that anyone ever does that, especially at our school, but instead of talking about people, or, you know, having drama in your life, or assuming the worst of people, imagine if we just had that conversation of, hey, I was just wondering, or hey, I wonder what this would really be like if I tried this. And be open-minded, guys, because again, you've so much life to live and you have so many opportunities. And when you say yes to life and yes to things, it just makes it and turns your life into everything it could be.
So thank you so much for being here.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you so
really
much for
enjoyed.
having me. You girls are such a delight.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next week on other podcasts and get to know. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.